today's video is a softcore porn about statutory rape.
What?
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe, this is the most badass very special Saturday shop of the point. My point men today are none other than Nick Diorio.
Wow, good afternoon. I finally made one of these.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Not gonna call it.
You're big YouTuber now. Big YouTuber. And the Dr. Zhivago.
Would I lick Bernie Sanders' nipple for free health care? Damn right I would.
That's right. That's right. You have to wait till next.
Especially in the times. The times we're living in.
That's nice.
We need all the health care we can get.
Yeah, we can. Oh man, fuck yeah, stream. I know there's a lot of people that can, get these streams. I may be running streams intermittently throughout this crisis that we're in. I'm desperately trying to. I found out that I'm a definite checkout if I get the fucking thing.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we have a cure.
Yeah. Jeff Holiday approved or no?
It's chili juice.
Yeah, Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen might be a worse nerd YouTuber than We're Dishonest in Nerd City.
Are we? I hope we watch that. God, that.
I just cut that whole thing up. Like my audio for the video portion of that.
Yeah.
It's 20 minutes raw right now.
My God.
Totally do a voiceover on that.
Hi, I'm Chris Hansen, and not only did I develop the cure for cancer and Onision, I have a chemical from Dr. Montiglio. Is that his name?
I don't even. Something weird like that.
Yeah, something weird. Yeah. And, he developed the cure for cancer. What a fucking jerk off. I don't know. I'm not in a very Chris Hansen mood. What I am here to talk about is a former friend of the show, Nerd City. God, tell me to take care of that, will you? I love EW, but I don't want to hear him talk about the Baltimore Ravens from fucking 8-9 years
10 years ago.
Yeah. I'm finally able to watch It Took a Pandemic. Well, great. Maybe we'll have them every so often. Good for you. So Willie Mac, finally a long overdue video. And I think one of the best parts of it is when me and Nick, I'm thinking about scrolling through the comments. I don't think I'll be taking calls on this one. Listen up so you can keep the line free. One of the things that I saw in there, several people, I heard Nick and Tommy crying about this, but I thought it was just bullshit because I hate Nick and Tommy. And but this is kind of on the money. Now you fuckheads were with me the whole 9. You saw the stuff back in 2018. You saw that I was fair with him in 2019. Was that 2019 or was that this year? That was 2019.
2019, yeah.
Yeah, you saw that I was always fair to him. And only to find out that the guy was, this has nothing to do with his video. And I think this is why he did it the way he did. He's telling everybody I'm a rotten fuck behind their backs that just dumps DMs for no fucking other reason than for content. I know that because that's essentially what he told me. And when I explained myself, well, this guy's trying to say I did something I didn't. He kind of gave me the old, but nobody will trust you. Interestingly enough, Nick has been screwing people left and right that are no fucking good, that say one thing to him in private and another thing in public, and all he has gained is trust. Isn't that ironic, Mr. Diorio? Nick! The fuck is he doing? Editing a video?
He may be muted and didn't realize
He's not muted.
No, I'm saying on his mic.
I had to restart my audio engine because my fucking computer crashed.
Oh.
We're good. Yeah.
I don't even know what I just said. No, it's funny, and I heard some of the same thing.
It's almost like talking shit about people who are doing completely degenerate shit and illegal shit behind the scenes, which is basically what I've shown previously, like Alex and all this stuff. Like they're doing complete degenerate shit. It's almost like you don't lose trust when you show everybody
when you do it the right way.
Degenerate shit.
When you do it the right way, yeah, you don't really lose any trust whatsoever as long as you. I've never pulled a DM. I never pulled a DM on anybody or exposed anybody that like just pissed me off. I've never done that once. If I'd have done that, I'd have done it. I'd have done it to Jeremy in 2018. I would have done it to Jeremy. Yeah.
Well, I burned a lot of bridges in the doxing and trying to pin pedo allegation community. I'm pretty sure they're not going to come to me anytime soon.
Yeah.
The false rape allegation community is also in shambles right now because they can't trust me anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
But DMs aren't content, guys. DMs aren't content. We're just supposed to let you guys. These guys have bigger sub counts. They can give you a nice hand job, a nice blow job. Yeah. So you got to be nice to them. It doesn't matter what they're doing. It's horrible.
I do wonder, and I have not. Have I dumped his DMs yet? I don't think I have.
Dude, he put Slazo and Alex next to each other in his video. You know how fucking annoying that is? Yeah, just from like a casual viewer's perspective, it's like, we gotta be this big unified team of commentators. And we're gonna just leave all that behind so we can go fuck up the Vine stars.
But I think when I get private lectures about using DMs as content or something of that nature, I almost feel like now looking back, it's because he knew he was going to contradict himself. He knew he was going to spread misinformation. And the all together now community, it was just like we just don't snitch on each other when we fuck up. That's it seemed like it was a roundabout way. Oh fuck, Nikita's in there. It seemed like a roundabout way. Now that I look back on it with hindsight, it just seems like a roundabout way to do that. Just to think. But that being said, that's the personal stuff I have. Mr. WILLYMACSHOW. I haven't even put my stuff on.
I am going to take a bit of a punch for leaking DMs here. I think I will. I think this is my fault. WILLYMACSHOW planned on leaking a shitload of DMs in this video, and at some point he had some miracle moment where he didn't want to do that anymore. I got to take a shot at Willie right here. He only leaked mine. He's like, I'm gonna leak a bunch of DMs or whatever. I'm like, oh really? Okay. Because like, I'm not gonna say what Nerd said, but he said some outrageous shit in Willie's DMs. I go, you know what? Fuck it. Here's one. I don't really care. And he like screenshotted it through the fucking screen share when I was showing it to him, and he used that one.
Yeah. Do you expect Nerd City response video? No, we don't. We don't expect one at all.
I'm practically begging him not to get on stream. It's just gonna look so much worse.
We don't, because we're gonna see the shift from, begging us not to do it. I think that what I think Nerd's next move is. He's gonna tell everybody how not bothered he is by the situation. I think that might be because that'd be the gear shift. You didn't do anything. Well, that's not the point, is it? Whether we didn't.
Willie just said, "Look, I'll leak Nick's DMs any day."
Yeah. Good idea. All right.
Yeah, dude, nobody's talking about that part now.
Yeah.
At all. Like that went over everybody's head. I'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But so, Nick, we'll go. And I almost want to read some of the responses in the video. I think that would be fucking just a blast. Because Mr. WILLYMACSHOW, whenever you punch up like this, the bricks are gonna fall down on top of you, and they certainly did. But I think that's the good thing about all our connections is we don't care. We don't give a shit about being ratioed. We don't count the numbers or do this, that, the other thing, just to gain some kind of fame or anything. And, as stupid as our job as drama commentators are, at least you can't, call our integrity into question. And, hey, Scrubby, thanks for the money, but this could be you. All right, let's start the show. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not, but you know what I mean.
It's a softcore porn about statutory rape.
Can I be serious for 1 second? Does anyone actually believe that? This is a website that you can't even swear on, and you're telling me that Lele Pons uploaded a softcore porn about fucking children, and it stayed on trending for multiple days. I dare you to Google image search softcore porn and tell me again that Lele Pons video is that. It's incredible that I haven't heard anything about this, especially since Lele's video came out last year. I mean, a commentator is doing something shady when instead of showing you everything that happens, they tell you.
Class full of female students start acting like animals in here. heat the second they see their teacher, and then fight amongst themselves over who's gonna sleep with them first.
That is just not true. The girls have a crush on their substitute teacher and have a competition to see who can get a kiss on the cheek.
Now, that's blatant disinformation. But now the story is this is just exaggeration for the sake of comedy. Is that what we're saying?
This is all hyperbole.
It's all hyperbole for the sake of comedy and what have you. The problem with that is, well, I mean, look, I believe in and I know William believes in this too. If you have to explain the joke, it ruins the joke. But here's the thing: you're also at the same time telling people that Lele's breaking the law and hurting people at the same time. So I think when kind of hyperbole is kind of off the table right then. You're trying to explain what her content is, and what he's telling us is this content is dangerous to kids. So if you say it's dangerous to kids, and it's not really a joke if you call it softcore porn. It's not really a joke if you lie about what's going on. A kiss in the cheek versus, I don't know, intercourse, that's kind of a fucking stretch, because the people that don't watch Lele Pons don't know he's not lying. And I'm wondering, I think he knows that. I think he's playing to people that don't watch Lele Pons, and they're like, holy fuck, I thought she was just a terrible YouTuber with terrible comedy skits. She's doing sex stuff with kids. And there's just kind of like the broadcast thing. There's no effort to clarify unless there's a video made on you. Yeah.
You have to consider that this is like 35 minutes into a 50-minute video. At this point, we've now just talked about legalese right before this, so that obviously wasn't a satirical segment. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to get to the part where he does like the Photoshop and shit like that until the very end. So the pacing is completely off. And again, that's coming from me to Nerd City. His video is very good, but I understand why, like, if this was meant to be a joke, why it wasn't picked up on. But at the same time, can we do something unprecedented here for a second?
What's that? Go ahead.
I have a link right now that's timestamped directly to this part. Can I give you the link and we watch this segment? It's about 3 minutes in full, and I want everyone to see the joke.
Okay, send it to me. Send it to me on Discord.
Yeah,
though.
I have it right here. Where would you like it?
Discord. Send me a Discord.
Discord, gotcha.
Take a look at it.
I want to show this to everybody because this is the joke, right? This is the big gag. He totally didn't convert this to a joke after he got called out on it. Like, just take a look. I've never seen in my entire lifetime someone use a legal argument to back up their joke. Like, he's really fucking into this joke.
Yeah, let me see this. Yeah, okay, here we go. It's 27:46.
Yeah, perfect, right there.
For 2 days, October 18th and 19th, YouTube promoted Lele's new high school video titled Hot Substitute Teacher on the trending page, right below Squishy Makeovers in the top 10. Much unlike Squishy Makeovers, Lele's video is a softcore porn about statutory rape. A class full of female students start acting like animals in heat the second they see their teacher, and then fight amongst themselves over who's gonna sleep with them first. During gym class, the sexy educator pits the students against each other in a no-rules, dirty dancing competition. Whoever's dancing...
And that's not true either. He didn't pit them against each other. It's all her fantasy, correct?
No, it's a fantasy. I'll get there, don't worry. I have a perfect explanation for that.
Turns him on the most, gets to bang him.
You wow me, you get all of this.
Lele, shoeless and now braless at school, is playing a child character.
And Nerd said because that part was omitted. After doing all this, that little part that was omitted, somehow that makes it adult content, and
Tommy,
that
he
inappropriate.
gestured towards his penis.
No, he just really. Let's watch that again. Because Nerd said this is Willie. You omitted stuff too. Well, all right.
This is Cynic Snacks. Your video's invalid.
It's over. Who's gonna sleep with them first? During gym
exactly. Yeah. And to reminder, one of Nick's videos was supposed to get invalidated because he had a grammar mistake. I'm not kidding you.
The sexy educator pits the students against each other in a no-rules, dirty dancing competition. Whoever's dancing turns him on the most gets to bang him.
You wow me, you get all of this.
He doesn't motion towards his penis.
Wait, keep going. This is great. This is good stuff.
All right.
Lele, shoeless and now braless at school, is playing a child character here. And in case you thought the no bra was an oversight by wardrobe, it sure seems to have been a deliberate choice in order to set up this visual. Adult teachers who prey on their underage students are a horrific concern for parents. Not a scenario they would ever want to normalize.
But it was them preying on him.
Yeah, and he's overlaying this like when the girls are screaming and shit. They're screaming.
That's not hyperbole, buddy. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. It's a softcore porn about statutory rape, and he goes on to describe why it's predatory. And the whole fantasy
we
is
haven't reached the best part.
unbelievable. What a liar.
For their preteen kids. The entire fantasy is incredibly taboo, especially for children's programming, and even if it were intended as adult
And it's not. It's teen programming.
content, would still be very
And I used to watch shit as a teenager like this on M-fucking-TV all the time. It's called The Real World.
very edgy.
Alright, wait,
In
let this
smut
part play, let this part
videos,
play.
the student-teacher dynamic is typically set in college, wink wink, and feature adult characters, or else it's asking for trouble from the Department of Justice and can't be bought with a credit card.
There are no rules.
Lele can stupidly say it's
All
for
right, pause
8-year-olds,
that, pause
but
that,
YouTube
pause that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he just backed it up with a legal argument. You're saying this joke is such a good joke. He's backing it up. Can you go back just like 2 seconds with your like left arrow key so you can show that article that's on screen?
No, it goes too far. Let's go here.
There are no
Trey
rules.
here.
Lele can stupidly
Oh no,
this
you
and
went a
can't
little further.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
There.
I can read it.
I'm gonna pull that up right now.
Okay, the
you can read
XX
it?
internet is often portrayed as so it is a hardcore porn about statutory rape. The XXX internet is often portrayed in the media as a hedonistic playground where there is no urge too depraved to capture on camera, a place where the only limit into scene's filthiness is the director's imagination. But even the smuttiest of smut peddlers, does fucking this bitch qualify as something like this? And does that is this even you? First of all, you fucking lied. You fucking lied about this girl, and I don't give a shit that she's rich. I don't care if you call me a simp. You fucking lied. It's not about me simping. It's about you fucking lying. You're comparing actual pornography to what you saw. Is it inappropriate for kids? Maybe. Is it a little too spicy for teens? Maybe. But it's not fucking pornography. And I don't believe that you're just this much of a fucking Victorian asshole. I think you are sucking people off to bring regulation on here and to social climb in the highest tiers of YouTube and maybe suck off some of those YouTube fucking contacts you have too to ruin it for the rest of us.
Dude, he does this every fucking time. He did this to me. He let me sit there and get fucking hammered by his entire fucking Twitter audience because I said, I think you're pro-regulation after he said he doesn't like more laws.
Now he's pro-regulation.
Then he got on
openly.
your stream and said not only was he pro-Coppa and pro-spirit of the law, the only thing he didn't like is how YouTube implemented it.
And 3
So
months
he's
earlier,
perfectly
he goes on
fine
No
with
Jumper.
lying
And 3 months earlier, he goes on No Jumper and says, I'm not a regulation guy.
But you know what? The real thing here is he's talking hyperbole. That's his word, right?
Oh, that's that was hyperbole. This isn't
It's
hyperbole.
okay when Nerd City
You can't
uses,
back
even if
up
he's true.
a joke with a fucking legal argument or an article like this and not say you're saying this is pornography. You said that Lele Pons stuff is pornography. Unless you're going to be that stupid girl that wrote an article on Reddit about me, Nick, and Augie and say, well, he never used the word rape.
Well, Tommy, what would you classify Lele's video as?
Inappropriate for teens, probably.
I would
Adult,
probably
no.
say it's
It's
no,
teen.
Tommy, I would say there's a bit of hyperbole there.
Yeah.
There's dream sequences. It's okay when Nerd City uses hyperbole and calls it a softcore porn, but it's not okay when Lele does it.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's so
ridiculous.
funny.
No, so we
All right,
know
we can go
we know
back to
this.
Willie's
We
video.
know
I just want to
we
make
know
sure we
the
don't
fact
take him
that
out
it's
of context.
hyperbole and that it was a joke is absolutely not. He backs up the joke with a source. With a source. You backed your joke up with a source. The source talks about pornography. Unfamiliar with the world of porn? Here's a brief tutorial. If you want to sell something on the internet, the way to do is process credit cards for most companies means finding a third-party payment processor to make it on your behalf. Mainstream companies have a wealth of options, including PayPal, Stripe, Amazon Payments, and more. But porn companies, things are a little different due to restrictions. Why shouldn't you be able to play with porn with your MasterCard?
I sent you this article on Discord.
Why
by the
would
way,
you? What
and it
should
really
like
has nothing to do with it.
how fucking where does these credit card companies get to tell me where I would spend my money?
I mean,
he's literally making an argument that he's going after the porn industry, that they take their high school situations and they classify them as college because they can't say they're high
So
school.
it
Otherwise
wasn't a
they're gonna
joke.
get in, like,
It was
big
literal.
trouble.
You backed your joke up with a
Yeah,
source.
it's fucking retarded.
It was literal. It was literal. You're lying. It's not that we're too stupid to figure out this nuance, which is a big cop out. It's that you're lying. That's it. No way around it.
Has his students do any of these things. It's a
Let me get
daydream.
back.
The most gets to bang him.
Not to bang him. As we said, it's for a kiss, and the competition is all in Lele's head.
Here's another thing, parents. If you don't want to see Lele shaking her boobs, don't let your kid watch it. Problem solved. And you don't have to take money from the rest of us. Like, that's what it is. That's what it's Nerd City.
Are you okay?
The teacher is a normal dude and never has his students do any of these things. It's a daydream sequence.
Lele, shoeless and now braless at school.
What, you got a little bit of a foot fetish?
I love this. Like, yeah, I didn't even pick up that the first time. What are you, shoeless? Who cares? The way, I mean, like, shoes? It's not her pussy. It's her fucking foot. You creep.
Going on, a big fan of the Dan Schneider.
Shoeless and now braless.
Shoeless and now braless. This is why you called it a softcore porn. Dude, this is some incel level shit. If you don't know, an incel is a member of an online community of men who consider
I don't believe that. I don't believe he's an incel. I believe he's using this to fucking further an agenda.
themselves
He
unable
sounds
to
like an insult, Tommy.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I think or he's got some serious sexual issues. God.
attract women. So they hate women and sex.
That's another thing. Why do you say woman? Incels voluntary men who define themselves unable to find desire. So they state. Why did you say women, not woman? What's the matter with you, Willie?
He's the incel equivalent of what hating Vine stars is.
Truly active
Yo,
men.
rape allegations, perfectly fine. We let those guys go. Totally cool.
By the
But
way-
if you came here from Vine, you piece of shit. Oh, he's the
Fucking-
YouTube channel equivalent of the console wars.
Yeah, your more Nintendo's
God.
better than your Sega.
I have boobs now. Hey, am I right, kids watching boobs?
I really pisses me off that he put him in that. It pisses me off to no fucking end. That's
Did you see his tweet today?
Well, yeah, his tweet was amazing. That his
Some
friends
YouTubers actually knew about the coronavirus since last year, so they all practiced social distancing on me.
Why is he in this video? Like, why? I don't know. Why him?
That was
I always
Because we needed an army of 15 white guys to explain why a Latina dancing is wrong.
Boobs.
We needed to bring out all the English.
yeah,
British
but the fact that he was
nonsense.
accused of sexual impropriety, and then he was put in
yeah.
this video pisses me off.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this with boobs now, huh?
They hurt. Why the fuck did she just slap her tits? This is for children.
I nearly built a supercar of all the times Lele holds and drops her boobs, bounces them braless, or smacks them like you showed.
Softcore porn, softcore porn, softcore porn.
She's not even wearing anything revealing. He's only saying that because she shook her ass and spanked her butt in a goddamn dance routine. Is it fucking 1910? Do we need her to be a nun? I mean, this is peak manipulation. He omits information from Lele's video.
First one to get him to kiss you on the cheek wins.
He then makes up his own shit to make her sound worse.
Whoever's dancing turns him on the most gets to bang him.
Then he grossly oversimplifies a goddamn comedy skit.
Lele's video is a softcore porn about statutory rape.
If you want to be that dishonest, you could oversimplify anything to the point
And backs it up with the source, Vice magazine.
where it's unrecognizable. The Super Bowl is a family-friendly
It's
event
great.
hosting the two best teams in football. There are tons of kids before the game and during the halftime show. Shakira and J-Lo are two pop icons and are seen as role models by young girls everywhere. The pop stars are seen shaking their bosoms, dancing on strip poles,
Not a Latina women.
and even caging children.
Hope you have an amazing birthday, JLo. Love you.
I mean, this is easy. You could do this with anything if you're up your own ass enough. In the popular movie franchise Star Wars, two grown priests from a religious cult buy a slave boy so they could teach him the ways of the Force. The Karate Kid is a children's movie about how fighting can solve all of your problems. Nerd City is a YouTuber who bashes women in his series Thought Patrol. He shames them for their body, insecurities, and their race.
Latina.
Oversimplifying or straight out omitting information from the viewer is one of the most scumbag things a creator can do, and Nerd City consistently does that with Lele's video. Now, production
Is Nerd City gonna be one of these guys and when he gets married he's gonna say, I had sex for the first time.
God.
Hey everybody, I saved myself for my wife. And it was, well, really awkward and horrible because none of us knew what the fuck we were doing. Should have watched more Lele Pons.
20,000 upvotes.
Yeah, I just want to let you know I didn't tell anybody because I'm afraid to get money that I'm a virgin and I lost my virginity last night to my loving wife. It was terrible.
wise, editing wise, this video is undoubtedly top tier, but the information in it is so sloppy, inconsistent, and often downright
Tim Tebow thinks fucking Nerd City's approved. You know?
God.
You know?
Wrong. One of the more crucial screw-ups is when he talks about Coppa. Coppa is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act that was enforced by the FTC because YouTube was illegally collecting children's data under the age of 13. But as it turns out, on a website where it's free to make an account, it's hard to stop children from lying about their age and doing so anyway. So YouTube has made a new policy where if you upload a video, you have to check whether or not it is made for children. Prior to Coppa being released, the FTC gave us vague guidelines so we could see how Coppa could be enforced. Some of these have to do with the age of the models or whether they are celebrities geared towards children. Others are as vague as visual content. Helpful. But the point is, there is no one-size-fits-all answer. However, Nerd is going to make the case that Lele is indeed in violation of Coppa. He starts by showing that Lele's videos target children under the age of 13.
Fans who make videos addressed to Lele Pons look like this, and this, and this, and this. Her fan meetups are no different.
Pause. Enhance. Those all look like adults. In fact, I found this same clip, and most of them are, or at least teenagers. He found one clip where she says,
our fan base is like from like what, 9 to like 17, 20.
My demographic is like from 9 to 24.
I mean, that is a whole lot of numbers, but of course, all we hear is 9 years old, children, kids, the whole rest of the video.
If you didn't catch that, what he's saying is like when she says 9, he jump cuts.
Yeah.
And he's trying. You're accusing me of the same thing you did, Willie Mac, and that's what he wrote in one of his comments. And I'm like, no. One omission doesn't change the overall narrative, which is yet to be disproven as far as I'm concerned. And the other omission actually supports a false narrative. So I'm sorry. Like, if he leaves the part where he goes, you have all this, that doesn't change anything. If you leave the part out where 9 to 24, 9 to 21, that changes a lot. That means that she's actually saying, I have a broad audience, but you're saying she knows that she's only reaching 9 to 12-year-olds, or 9-year-olds to 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds.
By the way, one of those was a 6-year-old clip where she was talking about her Vine. She hadn't even crossed the 1 million sub threshold. I have to ask you, why is this gotcha moment when people go on an interview and say who their target audience is? I mean, let's pretend it was target audience and not demographic, which is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Why is, like, catching a YouTuber saying something stupid when it was completely socially acceptable to promote to children?
Yeah.
By the way, it was absolutely acceptable. Everyone did this after the adpocalypse. So that's when most of these clips are surfacing, because people were trying to be more child friendly, so they kept getting better ad rates. That's what everyone was doing.
Yeah.
Why are we using gotcha moments only after Coppa became a thing? It's like, here's a law that never existed. Gotcha, motherfucker! Like, it's just,
you know, another thing too, it's like, you know, Keemstar fucking is Mr. Platformer now when it came to Jay's station, but at least he wasn't lying about Jay's content. Think about that, Nerd City.
Well, it's only
less honest than Keemstar?
Like, too.
Jesus,
it's only
Christ.
people that Nerd City doesn't like. It's only Vine stars that are breaking the rules. Because if you go to PewDiePie's page, like the first 150 videos on his channel are literally made for kids. Every Happy Wheels I'm sorry, by Nerd City's definition, they would be made for kids.
Yeah.
They're
Back then they were.
like very high energy, fucking Happy Wheels gameplay, Slender gameplay, screaming, over exaggerating everything. It's what Nerd City probably would consider children's content if I had to guess. Yeah. Then there's his co-host on that video was Max Mofo, who opens Pokemon cards and does slime reviews currently. Like, I'm just saying, like, all these other people aren't marking their videos for kids.
But it's like
it's only when it's a vicious Vine star do we have to go crack down on it.
I really wouldn't give a shit if my 16 or 17-year-old saw her booze bouncing around. You know? It's like... Yeah.
I mean, by that time, you're almost probably done with puberty, wouldn't you say? So you know what the fuck
Anthony William Clay says the real question is, why does everything need exposing? I'm not playing that argument. I think you can make a billion videos on Lele Pons. When you start putting her in a position to be fined and saying, hey, look, regulations over here. YouTube, why are you not doing anything about this in their fucking DMs? Like, all right, dude.
I'll tell you something. I think we have a bigger problem than that. We have a lying commentator. Deliberately, that's what's most important. The commentators are supposed to be telling the truth and not painting a picture to fit their narrative or just for somebody that they don't like. They're supposed to have something, right? Unless you're just going out and goofing on somebody, if you're just doing a goof. But he's doing more than just a goof. He's not just saying this person's kind of fruity or he's just weird or look at that, that's kind of funny. He's saying it's something bigger here. This is a societal problem, and he's lying. He's not telling the truth. And that's
the
the
new
bigger
content
problem.
cop's a disingenuous fuck.
You know, he goes down like this as far as respect is concerned. He goes, iDubbbz, fucking clown. I guess you're next, buddy. And Nerd City. And one of those guys is a stone fucking liar that can't admit any kind of responsibility or any kind of... I mean, we saw it back in 2018 when it was about the Jake Paul stuff. There was no, like, hey, maybe you could have said it a little better. Maybe, like, you know, it's just more nuance than that. You know, and like, come give me a break. And what a shock. He hides behind hyperbole. He hides behind jokes and satire. No, you framed the whole thing as something as it wasn't. And you did it by omitting, and you did it about lying about the skit.
9-year-olds. Lele says these videos.
Oh, Jake Smith says, Nick, the regulations stop ad sellers from targeting kids. Oh, you mean the kids who can't afford to buy them in the first place unless you give them a credit card? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't think we need Coppa regulations.
Hey, my kid's a Lele Pons fan. My kid's a Lele Pons fan. Guess what? She's never going to fucking break my bank because I'm not going to give her a fucking credit card, you dumbass.
No, it's like, listen. YouTube was illegally collecting data from children because kids were lying about their age.
Yeah.
They say we don't want kids under the age of 13. People come anyway. Now YouTube's illegally, dude. This is the fucking FCC and the FTC coming in and leaning in to collect some money,
trying to gain more power. That's what trying to get more power because that's what. And
I almost think I thought they were more malicious than they were because they seem to only be targeting Ryan's toy reviews and the channels that are just so noticeably like there's two different types of situations. Nerd City is drawing conclusions on these things. And then there's channels like the nursery rhyme channels, which are very clearly breaking them. The Lightning McQueen stuff. I don't know if you show it in the clip that you're about to show, but like there is some very clear violations, and then there's reaching, and I would classify this as reaching.
No child can spend a ridiculous amount of money unless their parents allow them to. No child can do it. There's nothing to do. If my daughter runs up my credit card, I have nobody to blame but myself. Nobody at all. I mean, what was that one story we covered, Doc, a couple months ago? Kids bought something like $2 or $3 grand Fortnite skins and stuff like that. And
the dad couldn't go on vacation because the kids bought all the fucking
shit.
Fortnite
that's on you. You know, you punish the kids and all that happy horse shit. That's cool. You know,
like you know how disingenuous this guy was.
Yeah, how much?
He literally, I think the DM's out there now. This guy literally DM'd me saying, "Do you think it's okay that Lele Pons is on the YouTube Kids app?" And then I looked, and she just wasn't.
Oh. Okay.
She literally isn't even on YouTube Kids.
Yeah, that's great.
Those are for kids. Feature kids.
My demographic is like 9.
That last one was just you cutting her off mid-sentence.
My demographic is like 9. My demographic is like from 9 to 24.
That is you calling her a children's entertainer by ignoring half of what she and the FTC is saying. Remember, your content isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. If your intended audience is kids under 13, then you're covered by Coppa. If you aren't sure if your content targets kids, here's a list of things to help you out.
And I would say that thing clearly covers teenagers. It takes place in high school. It's a high school fantasy. I mean, does anybody remember Hot for Teacher by Van Halen? You know, that's what the song's about. That's what the video's about. I mean, you know, as teenagers, we watch fucking Hot for Teacher. Oh, God. Jesus. Well, actually, I was a kid. You know, it's come to think of it, I was 7 years old when that song came out. I'm no worse for wear.
Targeted audience is different from your demographic. It has to be content made for children, watched mostly by children. So let's give Nerd the benefit of the doubt and say that 40% of our audience is kids. Even though by just using Nerd's own research, we could see that Lele's most common rating on her channel is teen. Apparently...
All right. Can we just do this like a favor? Do you know where these ratings are from?
Where are they? It's the year P score. I was mad. That's what I thought.
These are from P score. Like while we were going to try to find stuff for the better of the YouTube community, we're trying to find all these P scores out to help everybody.
Yeah.
Nerd City was compiling 200 Lele Pons video ratings.
Mm-hmm. And when you were working,
we have abso-fucking-lutely. Well, currently, no idea what these ratings mean. We don't know if these are ratings for the content or the rating that the ad gets that played on the video.
But even by his own numbers, she's mostly a teen fucking entertainer. Even by his own numbers. Which we don't know are true or not. We don't know if it's true or not.
We don't even know. We don't know how these ratings are created. We don't know who they're given to. I'm assuming they're for advertisers. We just found this shit in the code, and he just bases an entire argument.
You can cover up a lot of integrity with really good editing and a really nice rig and being just, I mean, for Christ's sakes. And that Willie does say that in the beginning of the video. The substance, it's nothing wrong with this video as far as artistically. It's the substance. It's either lazy, which I don't believe, because I don't think he's lazy. I've known him for a little while. Or he's deliberately dishonest, which is not what I'm leaning for. Deliberate.
Do you want to break something right now? I don't know if we haven't talked about this live.
Yeah. What?
I've researched this myself, and I found there's a thing called Double Verify, who launched a partnership with YouTube back when there was the issues with ISIS beheading videos on YouTube. And they have something called a DV rating system. Okay. Now, I'm not going to tell you 100% that I know the DV rating system is the rating system Nerd City uses. I will tell you, however, that when you went to the video during P-Score, the ratings were DV PG, DV teen, and DV like adult. It was DV was existing. Okay. Right. So there's a DV rating system that has a partnership with YouTube, and all of the ratings were DV. Right.
Okay.
So there's a logical conclusion to draw that these might be related. Okay. And what are these? Like, there are I'll give it to you right now. There are 11 categories that DV ratings are created from. This is brand new information, by the way. Nobody has covered this, and I found it in 2 Google searches. This is the same rating system that Nerd City's been talking about in 2 YouTube secret codes videos. So I've cracked the YouTube secret code, I believe. Mm-hmm. I think so. I might have. I'm not going to confirm it. I'm not going to base entire video accusations off of it. But let me try to find these 11 things, and I'll give you the link so you can show them on screen and zoom in on them.
Tell me when you get them, because we got 10 minutes to go in this video, and we're 40 minutes in the show.
This is very important, Tommy. This is some big stuff right here. If you can
find it, you better find it now.
Yep. 11 categories.
Can't do that. Come on, man. You're killing me. What's the matter with you?
Hold on. These are really funny. Oh, got them. I got them. Here's the link.
Here we go. Chop. Exactly.
I'm still with Leaping Lizard.
What's he say?
So Van Halen made a softcore porn and MTV aired it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in? I just gave you a link. Can you zoom in on DV brand suitability on YouTube?
Okay. DV, double verify. Wrong one. Here we go. What are we going to zoom in on?
Zoom in on the bold text that says DV brand suitability on YouTube.
DV.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit.
Scroll down. Oh,
right
brand still.
That one right there. Perfect. Just leave that on screen. You see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, there are 11 categories. You see the 11 categories?
Below?
Right.
Yes.
Nope, go up.
DV rates YouTube videos. They're a private company that's brought on to rate YouTube videos. The 11 categories that they rate them on are aviation disasters, violence, hate speech, man-made and natural disasters, pornography, profanity, substance abuse, terrorist events, weapon and vehicle disasters. Those are the 11 categories that a DV rating is comprised of. Now, I can't tell you for a fact that these are the same DV ratings, but what I can tell you is that there is a similarly titled one that has nothing to do with sexual content at all.
Yeah,
which is all of the arguments he's making when he uses these ratings in his videos. So if this knowledge is correct and if this correlates, the reason that the video ratings are PG when she grabs and bounces her boobs is because that isn't in the DV rating, which would make sense because the DV ratings were found in, I believe it was September or October, and Coppa didn't go into effect until January. So if they did at any point update this for sexual content or anything like that before Coppa started launching, we wouldn't know because these ratings are like 4 months old.
So the ratings you use are complete utter horse shit.
The ratings are to stop ISIS beheading videos.
Yeah.
The ratings are like that's what this is. So you can't fucking post a video raping somebody to YouTube.
Yeah, maybe Nerd City. Maybe Nerd City should have called Lele Pons a terrorist. It'd have been more effective.
Yeah. The reason that you probably because you had some adult ratings in your videos, right?
I did. Yeah.
You had some adult ratings in your videos because we curse a lot.
Yeah, of course.
That's probably what it was. Profanity is one of the things. Again, like I'm jumping to conclusions here, but I'm not basing an entire 50-minute video on these. Like, it's just insane.
And not only that, to say it again, by his own work, it's only 30%. It's not the bulk. The bulk of it is teen, and what we saw was a teen video.
Only 30%
it also adds
of
up a
her
little
entire
bit, like,
catalog.
that she stopped cursing in her videos. So naturally, more of the teen-related videos were on the earlier half of her channel.
Yeah.
And as she continued to make more videos, they became more PG when she stopped cursing.
Oh, so now, so she's just doing whatever YouTuber does, obeying the algorithm. He should know that. And he should know that. He's a slave to the algorithm.
It's rated PG.
30% or more of her videos are rated PG.
61 videos being rated teen, 36 videos being not rated, and finally 32 being rated.
So that could have been after 2017 when the fucking whole PewDiePie thing came out. She slowly popped out of being a teen thing or doing them less often. Yep. Unbelievable.
PG. That's less than 30%. I don't know why he says or more. If you do the math, it's actually closer to 25% or a quarter of her videos. But for our
25% if you round up. Holy shit.
argument's sake, let's give it to him. Her videos are about sneaking into bars underage, mean high school teachers, relatable college skits, and getting back at your cheating boyfriend. What about that relates?
How is that not for teenagers? You see on Nickelodeon. Jake Paul came from a whole fucking TV show that was like that.
Tommy, you don't understand. She's marketing adult content to kids.
Yeah, sure.
To or targets 9-year-olds. Doesn't that sound like it's meant for teenage girls or college students? But Nerd is going to try and make the case that she is indeed targeting kids and in violation of Coppa. I say we just listen to him with basic common sense and come to our own conclusion.
She features children in her videos of various young ages, and she makes videos out of early childhood topics and interests, like the Tooth Fairy.
One member of the group that no one gives a shit about. There's no holiday for me, even though I work every fucking day.
Oh yeah, that's for kids. Give me a fucking break.
Bitch, I give you money.
She's swearing and complaining about her job. That is the definition of satire, bro. This isn't a kids targeted video.
Even though I work every fucking day.
Oh shit, I dressed up as Santa once for a video. Doesn't matter that I shot someone. It's for kids because there's Santa. Max Mofo, he opens children's toys, dresses up as children's characters. He must be for kids. I feel like we're running into a pattern here.
Toy Story.
Oh, shit, my head hurts. She's trying to scare you, little shit.
It's the same oversimplification of everything. It's like I'm being fucked with right now. Is this video really just a satire for how brain dead commentary has gotten?
It's the same language you would hear in a fucking PG-13 movie.
Because he's making the argument that
now
Lele
you
is...
could say one F word in the PG.
You could, when I was a kid, you could get away with one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably get away with 2 or 3 now.
He's for children and in violation of Coppa, but he's only shown clips of her swearing and being satirical.
Oh, that's not true. No fucks. But you could only say shit, damn, hell.
Or fucks are for PG-13. Yeah.
Yeah. When you get one fuck, yeah, that's right. You get maybe get away with a fucking PG-13.
Dora the Explorer.
Ben if Nerd City's mom was working the board that day.
Can you find the twerkers?
Back.
He is fucking with us, dude. He just showed Dora twerking and then crossed off in violation of visual content. Nerd City's the kind of guy that would see Rule 34 of SpongeBob on Pornhub and say it's in violation of Coppa. Coppa has been in effect for over a month now. The channels they've targeted clearly fall in violation. There's no argument that could be made there. Their content is made for kids.
I gotta be honest, I don't think it should violate. Well, at least the Toy Story. I don't need to me, Coppa just ruined a business. Some of the fairy tale stuff, yeah, I sort of think that's taking advantage. It's more taking advantage of YouTube than anything else with the algorithm. But the Ryan's Toy Stories, I'd see no reason to destroy that business. Yeah.
Look at this objectively. You can't use any Toy Story characters for a skit, or that's automatically considered Coppa content. Think about what that would do to just like Spider-Man and Batman.
And he's pissed off at us. And he's pissed off at us for pointing out, hey, let's not fucking drive the regulation train fucking through YouTube, please, because I might want to fucking do a joke with Woody the cowboy. Or
did you hear what happened recently?
What?
His whole self-regulation thing was supposed to protect these people, like the platform from regulators and stuff like that, show that we can do something different. They launched a new article right now on one of these websites that said they're targeting unboxing videos for kids 16 and under, and they're pushing for regulation on that now. Like that's the next.
It's only a matter of time for they just do it for everybody.
It's going to be, I keep saying, dude, everybody go live and say, my videos are for people above the age of 18. And do it now so Nerd City can't fucking clip it.
Yeah. And a year ago, he'd be saying, well, I'm not pro-regulation, you know. And he always was. He's lied to you. He always was pro-regulation.
3 years ago, he probably would say, my content's for a general audience. Yeah. Now you got to say, no, it's for 18 and up. Yeah. Because, like, he cites these the television companies, right? He says, like, they're obviously setting numbers that are far below the age of, because he shows that, like, some of them go to fucking Happy Meals at McDonald's or whatever. So it's clear that Transformers isn't marketing to 13 and up, but they're lying. And then he like criticizes people for doing the same thing on YouTube, acknowledging like this has been like an industry thing that you could do with all those other.
Well, I got to be honest with you. When I was a kid, He-Man, G.I. Joe, all these iconic toys that whenever I go into GameStop, they're still like repackaging and reselling. And you know, what the problem was that they were making toys that were just designed to be toys eventually, and it worked. It was a really good. And then the government cracked down on it. And the fucking toys started to suck. I don't think 90s
Dude,
toys
how
are
long
as
are we
memorable.
until they start trying to get Fortnite out of your kids' hands?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just, and then when he's gonna ask, that's not what I wanted. you know, stuff like that. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, but it was guaranteed to happen, which is exactly what I told him when he was on here.
Rhyme channels. We have Lightning McQueen, Woody. The video's a nursery rhyme. It's targeting children, no doubt about it. Ryan.
I can't believe that seems like a copyright violation to me. You know, that they could use Mickey Mouse and Disney characters.
It's toy reviews. He opens toys, plays with them, sponsored by toy companies. It's for children. And what drives me crazy is Nerd's complete lack of understanding when it comes to jokes. Like, bro, you realize that's not actually Dora. That kid's not actually watching TV. They're acting.
Yeah, he tried to stretch Coppa to cover, you know, his the sexual degeneracy, which we know is not true now from Lele Pons. And it was never targeted at her to start with.
He's either purposely leaving out context to these videos and describing them in the most dishonest, oversimplified way, or he's somebody who just doesn't understand basic social cues, sarcasm, or parody. And if that's the case, I don't think he's the one that should be policing YouTube.
HV should.
Another thing that bothers me in this video is when Nerd criticizes Lele's CoverGirl ad.
The sponsorship disclosure is buried under the fold and below her socials.
Snitch.
With obscured phrasing.
How is that obscured?
Whoops! This video is made in partnership with CoverGirl. Thank you, CoverGirl, for partnering with me.
Phrasing.
Thank you, CoverGirl, for partnering with me.
As long as you have ad block turned off or not installed on your computer, it says includes paid promotion at the beginning of her video, which you have to manually turn on, so Lele is going out of her way to inform viewers. And hilariously, this same thing isn't turned on for Nerd's video.
Snitches get stitches.
It's this same shit over and over again where you're
No, she's got a corporation backing her, probably. You know, she's a machine, a money machine. So they're
that's another thing.
They're
like,
crossing every
so
T. They're crossing every T and dotting every I. You know, Nerd City doesn't have it because he's independent. You know.
Yeah, think about it like that. Isn't it weird to criticize somebody who you know doesn't make their thumbnails, doesn't title their videos, doesn't make the descriptions? Lele Pons shows up for a video shoot, probably doesn't even write her own skits.
You know,
like obviously that doesn't remove
Nerd
any.
City is the YouTube Manchurian candidate. You know, I mean, really, he was trying to destroy it. You know, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Really is.
Just hoping his audience doesn't double check his work. And Nerd City is the only person in commentary who could watch this video and think the ad's not obvious enough.
And for limited time only, make sure you get it online.
And in stores now. For God's sakes, Hannah, just stop.
She's making fun of herself doing an ad read. It doesn't get more obvious than that. I cannot believe a commentator is this unaware. This is a low.
He's not. That's the thing.
This level exposed video. It's so bad. Another garbage point is when Nerd says,
this is a pattern for Lele. She'll title her videos something.
This is unfucking believable stretch. This is silly, pretty stretchy.
Thing that a kid might search for in a vulnerable moment or when they're having a serious problem. Using an incognito window to ask Google how not to get bullied, returns Lele Pons' video How Not to Get Bullied as the #1 result in the video tab.
This is the worst argument ever. That's what...
Not only that, that's a dangerous argument as far as satire is concerned. Now you're attacking satire itself. Because now we have to title our videos to so they'll go up the out. God forbid they're successful and they're satirical. I mean, that is unbelievable for a content creator. I mean, it's like, is there, look, do you have any, I really like to know this, is there any, do you think, I put a 1 in the chat if you think Nerd City, because there's only 2 answers here, is just dishonest, or a 2 if he's just plain stupid.
Skits about. If your kid can't realize a Lele Pons video isn't real, they probably aren't old enough to be on the internet. Also, kids will Google.
Probably licking windows. Jesus.
That's the criticism? What a baseless statement. If a kid has a homework assignment in YouTube's 5 words that rhyme with bigger, Mumkey's video is the first to pop up. Does this mean Mumkey?
Right behind Turkey's Toms.
Oh, even funnier. Even funnier. If you Google 5 words rhyme,
yeah,
Mumkey's video is still the first to pop up.
So Monkey's got to take down his video?
Yeah, dude, it's fun.
Can you imagine that shit? Like, imagine your kid, children on YouTube, and he puts something in, and a joke comes back. I mean, like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you trying to bubble wrap the internet? I mean, that proves itself that he's for regulation, and that means he lied to Nick, he lied to me, he lied to Adam22, he lied to fucking Justin Wang. He's trying to bubble wrap the internet.
Dude, he's been lying for months.
He's just a liar.
It's racist who just want to do their homework assignments. That's the road we're going to take this down. Thank you, Doctor, for the enlightening argument. Nerd City's video isn't all bad. Here's one point I did actually like.
Because for every Lele who blossoms after puberty and can afford plastic surgery and makes viral videos, there's bound to be at least as many high schoolers who don't entertain.
No shit. I wanted to play center field for the New York fucking Yankees. It didn't work out. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God.
This is funny.
Millions of people, or get fatter over the summer, or their acne gets worse.
Yes, if you're a kid and you're ugly now, odds are you're going to be ugly forever. Not all of you will graduate high school. Some of you will grow up just to suck dick for a living.
Yes.
Fuck improving kids' self-esteem or self-confidence.
Don't do a search on the internet, kid.
Big mistake, Lele. Some kids are just losers. Thank you, Nerd, for that great parental advice. Hey, Nerd, if you couldn't tell, that was a joke. In conclusion, I could tear apart every...
No, you, Willie. No, you. You didn't know what I said about statutory porn, statutory rape porn, even though I backed it up with a fucking article. That was a joke. So you're doing the same thing our end, so this is even, and I'm good. I'm still Mr. Honest. What a fucking jerk off.
Minute of Nerd's video. There's so much more I'm not going over,
comments.
from the leaked DMs to the borderline manipulation going on behind the scenes, but I think the best way to end it is
Mr. High Road over here. Yeah, you fucked that up. You go to low road like us.
to just give them some advice for the future. One, if you don't know what you're talking
look who it is.
about,
We are talking about like legalese and shit like that is over both of our heads in a way.
Don't make 2 videos acting like you know how.
Yeah, I wasn't making a legal argument. I think you're gonna fucking bring the government in and ruin this for the rest of us.
How it works.
Yeah, I'm not making a legal argument. I'm saying you're an idiot for making a legal argument.
Everybody. If YouTube and the FTC thinks Lele's content doesn't violate Coppa, how do you know better? You don't, so stop it. 2, every video doesn't need to turn into a court case. You had Daddy05 lose custody over his kids. You tried to make Jake Paul lose his advertisements. And now you're contacting YouTube to go after Lele Pons. Stop being a snitch. I know Daddy05 was a great win, but now you have 2 strikes. If Jake...
That wasn't just him. It's the whole fucking internet.
Paul and Lele's content is no longer allowed on YouTube, what does that mean for the rest of us? Every time YouTube puts out new policies to clean up their content, who gets clipped? It started off with Alex Jones, then Mumkey, then Filthy Frank's hair cake video got temporarily taken down, and now the Leafy...
And how much you want to bet is, well, I'm not for deplatforming her, but when they deplatform her, if they would, he'd say, well, it was a good idea. I mean, just based on what we know about him now.
Content cop. It's not gonna be Lele Pons. We just watched 4 of her most edgy videos over the past 3 years, and unless you take them grossly out of context, they are incredibly tame. 3, when you get pressed on your videos because people start to poke holes in your argument, either engage in the productive conversation or ignore it, because you spurg out and it literally makes no sense.
Broadcast is a very specific word, and I chose that on purpose.
Okay.
You know, it means broadcast, right? So like if I said, these dogfights happening on cruise ships are against the law in the United States. What I'm saying there says it all. Do I have to say a cruise ship is not a United State of America?
Why did he just compare dogfighting on cruise ships to broadcasting regulations in the United States? Stop trying to make YouTube follow TV regulations. They're irrelevant. The internet's better for a reason, and I don't want YouTube to be like TV. Oh, and here's another spurred tweet. I nearly built a supercut of all the times Lele holds and drops her boobs, bounces them braless, or smacks them like you.
What a fucking lame-o you are.
Shut up. I wonder if I step out of frame. Would the section be clipped and re-uploaded as a wank bang? Her deleted Instagram stories are being curated on Pornhub. Wow, you really are making your case for the incel awards. Now, to be clear, Lele Pons is not a porn star. For research purposes, I looked at—
Is that her ass? That's beautiful.
At these Lele Pons Pornhub videos, they're mostly people photoshopping her head onto naked women or pictures of her in her bathing suit. And if you're making the case that all of her fans are 9, showing her huge Pornhub Photoshop fan base seems like a bit of a contradiction. At the end of the day, YouTube isn't perfect. They're gonna have their golden boys, some will get better ad rates than others, and we're gonna think some things are unfair. But that's what comes with a free platform, and I think the freedoms far outweigh the consequences, every time. Plus, picking on these normie-ass content creators is so lame. It's just desperate dogpiling for views. There's literally hundreds of videos made on Lele Pons with the same stuff regurgitated over and over and over again. If we're gonna vilify every popular creator and play armchair lawyer while snorting our own farts off our high horse, all we gotta do is look at YouTube's recent history to see how that's turned out. Remember Matt Watson? He started a campaign in 2019 to stop pedophiles from watching videos with kids in it, and he won. But all that's led to is a bunch of family vlogging channels getting their comments forced off by YouTube. Because if you can't see the pedophiles in the comments, it must mean they're not there. Well, this is social media. If people aren't commenting, that's less engagement, less shares, less recommendations, less views, less money. And that's a regulation that had some good intentions, but does it actually stop pedophiles from watching these videos? No. Are the children any safer than they were before? No. All it's done is affected the family business in a negative way and taken away their money. We can't bubble wrap the world, not without losing every piece of individuality, edge, and weirdness on this website, and that's what I value. Don't take that from me. We've already lost so much. I'd rather have an imperfect, unfair platform where we can express ourselves than a sanitized lab where everyone has to live up to the same arbitrary regulations. Visual content. Amazing.
Here's to the rubble. A break through every window. A casket buried 6 feet deep for everybody's heroes. Here's to our lives being meaningless. And how beautiful it is. Because freedom doesn't have a purpose.
Out of the park there, Willie Mac. Out of the park.
That's a great video.
Absolutely amazing. And I do think, like, where me and Nick are fucking East Coast assholes, I think it was probably smarter. I was joking around before, Willie. It was probably smarter that you left the DMs and things to that now, or go the personal stuff, because this message hits a lot more people. You're not going to get the stands no matter what. I mean, like that stupid Brit or that Englishman or the thick-headed guy that was just, he's just rooting. You're never gonna.
Why is she touching her boobs for? This is for kids.
You're never gonna get. It'd be like coming to me and Nick and saying, "Stop rooting for the Rangers. They're bad people." That's never gonna happen, even if they are bad people. So and that's what we're dealing with a lot with that stupid guy that was arguing with you. It doesn't matter if you make sense. And some of the evidence with some of the messages I saw. And it was just like, yeah, Nick and Tommy are bitching about this, but now that I, listen to this makes sense. And really, it just shows me a lot of people do this. They base what they believe on who they like rather than what's actually being said. Now, I can understand if somebody's just lying all the fucking time and you just take everything he says with a grain of salt. You have to sort of earn that or a way. But it is kind of important to listen to the words that are coming out of the people. Listen to the criticisms. Do they make sense? Not just immediately go, oh, the only reason you're doing this is to get fucking views. I'm not going to get any more views out of this than anything else I fucking do. Nothing. I guess, what's it, Turkey Tom did a video on the whole mukbang drama. And then I guess 48 hours ago, I never put out a video and absolutely fucked it up 6 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, well, that's
I think it might be. I think it might be Inaber's turn, because he just, all those guys making all that and we are the check and balance. All those guys getting all that fame and just spewing lazy bullshit, and obviously the priority with Nerd City video is the the presentation. It's not the substance. The substance is what comes out of your mouth. And apparently I never's doing that too. And I know that because he fucked up the James Charles thing. You know, maybe it's his turn.
Well,
next.
to be fair, I still have to watch this video to see what
we
he
have to
said
watch.
about
We gotta check. I gotta check
But
that
there's
out.
too many people on this platform who will just mindlessly dump on somebody.
Well, here's what they do, and I'm kind of calling. I'm not calling out Clown. Clown told me this. Clown said, and it's not so much anymore because he doesn't make videos anymore. But it was like they would either check with him in a DM group or they would check with him on, and then if Clown said it, then they would trust him and it was safe. And the other way to do it is, you know, not that I'm not saying Turkey Tom never takes any chances, but I got to be honest with you. I don't think that Turkey Tom makes the video on, and this is not a character thing. This is just the reality of YouTube. I don't think Turkey Tom makes the video on Hojin and all those jerk offs if we don't lay the groundwork, if it looks safe. See, YouTubers will do anything that looks safe. So they're going to jump on this avocado guy because it's safe, it's easy, and you can get it out there. And of course, Tom found out there's a lot much more to the Nick Avocado story, you know, and they don't do that. The guys that get paid literally nothing.
Look at Onision.
And I want you to think about this too. The guys that are getting 1 million subs, the guys that are making a couple $100,000 a year, and in some cases they are millionaires. Okay, those guys, they don't do the research we do. And what do I make? I make shit. I know they don't do. They're doing the research of fucking, you know, part-time college student, and I'm doing. And even Augie and Bobax for that matter. Although Bobax doubles down when he makes a mistake. Well, that's his only problem. But so I got to be honest with you, as fucked as Bobax is, he does more research. My only problem with him is when he fucks up.
I'll be honest with you. My coverage in the last 2 years of things Nerd City has done has not been 100% stellar. I made some cringy videos that I still stand behind the meaning of a lot of it, but the videos they could be better. They haven't aged entirely well.
But that's presentation. That has
no. But in terms of content,
those NCO guys are getting in your head. Presentation is not the substance of the film.
So also, but when it gets to actual arguments, I laid into him a bit too hard when Coppa got announced. I was very clear in my wording of that to say, like, this isn't entirely Nerd City's fault, but he's part of the reason why. And it really came off to everybody, and even though I didn't intend it to be like that, it really came off like I was telling Nerd City that this is completely your fault. And I know a lot of people read it in that way, and I'm sorry for that. That's not really fair.
Well, it's not fair. It's not.
But
fair.
me apologizing for that is a lot more than we will ever see from Nerd City.
It's not. It might not be fair because we don't have the proof, like the 100% proof. But it's not unreasonable to believe, since this guy talks to reporters, and you know, things seem to happen after these videos come out. When Nerd City makes a video, YouTube moves. We saw it with his code videos and everything else. So it's really not totally out of the realm of possibility if you're able to.
I mean, the guy has a fucking private number or whatever. He's got a
bat phone,
a red phone in the office to call in and say, "Hey, listen." That's a bigger issue there. You saw that DM in the video. He literally said he reached out to YouTube to press them on this why Lele Pons is getting teen ratings and PG ratings and shit.
Video is the first to pop up.
Yeah. You want to read some of the comments?
Imagine.
You want to read some of the comments?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, there's mine. Why do I let my kid watch softcore porn? I guess I'm a bad father. Followed by, yes, you're a bad father. And it was literally not on Ira. What the fuck? Stop it, YouTube. All right. This is going to be very controversial. Yeah, it's going to be about as controversial. Unless the algorithm hits it, then he'd have to make some kind of response. I didn't know. See, this is another thing, too. I didn't know people hate Nerd City. I was not personally crazy about the title, but I know why he went with it. You know,
it's his series.
But it really is. If I had to say, I tell you who hates Nerd City is the people that are doing this shit, that know what he's about. So it's not the public at large. But when you put it in the title, people are going to say the public. Come on, he's trying to get people in there. I get it. The virtuous signaling over the infamous gay joke is so disingenuous, as if some kind of jokes aren't commentary. I guess that's bitching about Alex. I didn't play that. I didn't play that part. Lele, but Lele Pons is unbearable. You know.
So it's okay to lie about.
Yeah, it's okay to lie about her. I mean, like, yeah, she is unbearable. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's not for you, Oliver. It's for fucking my daughter. Like, oh my God, there's content that's not for me. And that's one thing Dead on Dave said a long time. That's the wonderful thing about YouTube. There's so much fucking content out there for you. For you. There's always, if you don't like it, you don't have to fucking watch it. You just literally resent the fact that she's on the top of the food chain, which I don't care about. Let's see. I want to find a bad one. Bro, you're early. It's not April 1st, but really, some of your criticisms are founded, like him taking Lele's jokes.
Listen, fuckhead.
Let's see. Thank you, Leaping Lizard. Thank you, buddy. I do appreciate that. He's taking Lele's jokes seriously. There are many times I rolled my eyes, but calling him an incel and defending an incel, he obviously doesn't hate women.
That guy's so stupid, he needs Willie to explain Nerd's jokes to him and then doesn't understand Willie's jokes.
He obviously doesn't hate women. He wasn't saying that. Or it can't get laid because his wife is in the same video. When Nerd said he described this kid as a softcore porn, I immediately understand it as clothes on could pass for TV commercial. Without a doubt. So he doesn't get, he's sitting there that Willie doesn't get the joke. The problem with your argument, FluxyX, is he backed that shit with a fucking article, with a source. He sourced the joke. So it's not, you don't source jokes. He sourced it. The whole argument is this is adult entertainment, it's being marketed to children. And Willie proved without a fucking doubt that simply isn't fucking true. And not only that, if you want to say, let's give Nerd City a break, a softcore porn about statutory rape. How come he lied about what happened in the video? Like, instead of getting banged, you're getting a kiss. You know, how come when she talks about her demographic, that it's a wide demographic, and Nerd City portrays it as a child's demographic? I mean, get the fuck out of here, dude. He's consistently doing this throughout the video, and he consistently did it in the Jake Paul video as well. And he didn't take very well when he was questioned on it fairly, and at the time, I considered him a friend. You know, and for the next fucking year, I heard what a fucking rot, and then I found out that VidCon what a rotten fuck I am. You know. That I didn't know about, even though I care about Shot from the Point. I care so much. Get the fuck out of here. You don't want me saying anything because you know it starts here. You know, we're not, though. Like somebody said to me, oh, you guys didn't do a thing there in the city. No, we put the first chip in the block. If he pisses off the wrong guy up top, then he's got an issue. Here's one. You really make some good points. I was a little unconvinced when Diorio and Tommy C started calling him out. But Nerd didn't do himself much better in defending him. With this, I fully convinced that Nerd's video wasn't a strong argument at all. I almost feel a little terrible, first for being so willing to buy into it just because I didn't like Lele. Bingo! Somebody has some self-awareness. There's no reason to lie about somebody to try
Let's see
to
what they said to that
their
guy.
Career. He said
wait, let's see what they said to guy. Click on the replies to that comment.
That's why most buy out of it. Make it poorly. Argumented video on Onision, I can guarantee it will succeed just because the person, well, that's guy's right. Person's universally hated, no matter how disingenuous.
Oh, I thought someone was going to call him an asshole.
No, nobody did.
Nobody did. People actually agreed with him.
Nobody did. Does she have to, the unknown Ataka, Chad faces him. I have that same cell action figure in the background, but I chewed off its head when I was 4. That's a good one. Why do people still watch I Am Alex? Oh, you know, same reason people watch Nerd City. It's got a big audience, it's tough to lose it. Once people are hooked on you, you almost have to do something to them personally. Now, you know, it's not like the old days. You made a video on somebody and they're done. The outro song is, I don't want to care about that. Did you seriously defend a woman? Simpson. But Willie, I mean, you're just like him. You kind of omitted information just like him to prove a point. My best example. So let's assume that Willie removed that part that we covered. You can have all this maliciously. They're still a liar. Doesn't change anything. It just makes Willie a liar too. That's if that's the case. But by omitting that, you can have all this. That doesn't change it from fucking teen to fucking porn. And he sourced a porn article to say she was doing the wrong fucking thing. You big dummy. Softcore, when you call him saying that the answer to softcore and porn, you won't see anything like this, which is true because no one's going to sit for 3 hours scrolling the most extreme examples. But at the same time, it's still softcore imagery. Oh, God, that's so subjective. That's a word mincing. That's about the clearest example of word. Modern softcore imagery. We have to say. So we're moving the goalposts. We have to change what softcore porn is. Softcore porn traditionally, although Joshua Cook a day ago changed it, is usually boobies, no penis, no penetration, and you never actually see the sex act itself, but it's usually topless. That doesn't fucking come close, dude. modern softcore imagery. It's so good to hear that today's generation is just like becoming a bunch of fucking like freaks from the 40s. Good video. You shed some light on parts of Nerd City video that I did notice. Same here. I like his videos, but I think you have a valid point that if he is a good person and he acts. And
wait, what the fuck is that guy? I just Googled modern softcore porn imagery and it's still boobs.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing.
No, Joshua Cook here had to move the goalpost. He had to change modern.
No, but he moved the goalpost into the same goalpost. If you Google what he asked you to Google, it's still tits. Like it's still
really?
the same thing. Yeah.
Just Google mod. Okay, so Joshua Cook's an idiot. Thank you. The oversimplification of the Blue Firefly, who fucking simps for Nerd City and Keemstar. Oversimplification argument is funny as fuck. You can just make videos calling out the Super Bowl, Star Wars credit.
Damn, that was mean to Blue Fly. She agreed with us.
See, I know she is. No, because she always says, you know what she writes? She writes in all my videos now. Like, I guess I'm not supposed to give my opinion. You know, she acts like a battered housewife whenever she fucking videos. But she simps for them. It's okay. You know what? She knows it. It's okay. It's okay. I still love her. I don't know who's right, but you're going to get a lot of backlash for this. That's the Josh Neverone fucking way to look at things.
Well,
so what?
I saw that comment. That was what I commented.
Yeah. You wrote this guy back.
Yeah, that guy's comment was like 5 minutes into when the video was out. That wasn't even like done yet.
Yeah, what is it? Well, if you're looking at the state of YouTube, there exists far more I don't know what that means. And unsettling than culprit culture. It's commentary culture. Even you are a part of it, unfortunately. This platform is used to create a culture where we praise individuals who rip and hate on others. I don't think that was hate. I don't think anything.
Yeah, I don't think I have any issue with people making videos on Lele Pons. In fact, the situation is such an easy target that explains why people like iNabber and Alex have been able to do it. The fact that Nerd City has fucked up a literal home run video is nothing short of hilarious. That's what I'm getting out of this. I don't think that Nerd City's a bad guy. I don't dislike Nerd City. I think he's a lol cow in the making, and I really enjoy reading his tweets. I wish he would unblock me.
Remember when Leafy ripped the Pokemon Go kid and everybody found it funny? Then Content Cop happens and everybody was like, oh, like, it was horrible. Wasn't that funny? Now iDubbbz is being called a simp for the same thing is happening to him. Huh? We as users make YouTube a hostile place. Well, you know, you're talking about a YouTube without criticism. And I got to be honest, you probably would see fucking porn marketed to kids if that was the case.
That guy is on some fucking crazy weed. Did you read that whole thing? No. You know what killed YouTube? We did.
Yeah, man. We're just a speck of dust and a giant's toenail. Get the fuck out of here. Exactly right.
We are the hypocrites who love to bitch and moan about others. Just like I'm doing right now, where we come to YouTube to confirm our hatred for the world.
Willie, you're the hardest working commentator out there that hasn't got his due yet. Oh, he passed me. He's got 50K. Fuck you, smiling dinosaur. I think Willie's doing okay. He's made some good moves, and he was always. And remember, he started.
Tommy, you got to set this by new. We're getting all the upvoted ones.
Oh, really?
Like his fucking fans are inflating the positive.
Okay.
We got to read the negative.
Okay. Yeah, I was a little disappointed myself. Okay. You could tell he fucked up when his only defense is his audience. Yeah, but Lele Pons is bad though. Yeah, well, that's the shit. The shit is just really for children, and sadly, that's who it's aimed at. Well, you showed that it wasn't. That's not the case.
Well, how do you know it's aimed at children?
Well, by Nerd City's own rating system, it's not aimed at kids. By Nerd City's own rating system, it's not aimed by kids. Might want to rethink this one, man. Now, you might want to learn how to think. And, like, you know, reading comprehension, visual comprehension. Yeah, there you go.
I say it's for kids. Well, guess what? I don't think it's for kids. Yeah. Well, we've reached a disagreement. Yeah. Like, you can't just go, I think it's for kids, and then you go,
30% of his
video. You defeated my argument.
I don't think kids are going to look at those videos tabs for their problems. That's a good point. Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking off myself.
That's the next thing everyone's gonna do.
You imagine
dude.
that.
It's
You
just
imagine
like,
it.
Yo,
Imagine
fuck
that.
this guy. I don't like him. He makes content for kids.
I'm 15 years old. I just got rejected by a girl for the 13th time. I get bullied all the time, stuffed in loppers. I gotta go to YouTube. How do I stop getting bullied? Oh, here's a nice video. Lele Pons. Oh my God! Oh, get the fuck out of here, Nerd City, you jerk.
And then we end up on Onision subreddit, where not on subreddit, that Tumblr page where it says, fucking Lele Pons murdered my friend.
She's unfunny, but I agree that nerd. A lot of other people have to stay by her a monster. Where are fucking his fans? I don't know. It sounds like it looks like they're getting over. You guys should go over there and give this guy some likes. Jesus. Please go back to your mom's basement and yell, "You'll never be as big as my homies."
Look, did you see that one? As a 13-year-old kid, fuck you, Willie. You sound like a penis.
Fucking simp. No real arguments here, except the insane ones that we got. Willie, your hardest working commentary. Okay, we said it proves that fancy production and value rules on YouTube, not actual investigation of good. You're right. I applaud you. Good. Thank you, Smiling Dinosaur.
Hey, it's Commentator Edward.
Where's that? Anthony, is that Anthony?
Dude, I have lost all respect for Nerd City. He tried to spread lies about my friend Bo Blacks.
He did? Did he?
Yeah,
really?
he did. Remember, he tried to jump in people's DMs
Bo Blacks
and convince them that Bo Blacks was taking him out of context.
Oh, did he really? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Nerd City jumped in Bo Blacks' fans' DMs and when Bo Blacks in his Twitter video where he read my tweets and played my entire video segment did it backwards or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's common.
What a scumbag. What a bottom barrel trail.
Yeah, I know.
Trash.
He's going over fucking our fans. That's something else. No, they don't. Just pretty shitty group of the commentary community. You're with Tommy C, Diorio, Augie, and Blowbacks, and some other sad guys who just have to search for jerk their crappy takes. Well, I didn't see much of an argument that the video is something wrong with it. You just went for we're doing it for views. I don't know. I think the video was, dare I say, the video was a little more sophisticated than that. We kind of showed you that he's full of shit. He's full of fucking shit. I'd say that to his fucking. If I ever go to VidCon, he's not going to tell her. Walk right to his fucking face and tell him he's full of shit. I just want to let you know before we start drinking, you're full of shit. Really stepping it up. I don't understand how he thinks Lele Pons or the Paul brothers would be affected if the regulations get tighter. Well, apparently they're not. Apparently I was wrong about that. It looks like they're going after, Ryan's Toy Story. But it's funny that he said he wasn't for the regulation, and this next video after he says that he says that she's breaking the regulation, and it turns out they're not even looking for her. So don't tell me that he doesn't want her to platform or to hurt. And here's another thing too. I don't want her to platform. I don't want, if he tries this one later, I don't want her to platform. I want her to lose her ad revenue. Well, at her level, you lose your ad revenue, you're deplatformed. Because there's no reason to go on.
Yeah, I don't want her to lose her. I don't want her to be deplatformed.
Here's another
I
thing
want her to have a
Pons.
fucking carcass of a show of
no
bleeding
matter
carcass on her channel that can't make
Lele
money.
Pons, she's not a YouTuber like Clown or even iDubbbz for that matter. If she goes, everybody she hires goes. So you just cost some people their job, hero, because you don't like her comedy. Relatable college skits, NC, you'll get fat over the summer, your acne gets worse. And this is how you interpret your life. Your life sucks. You're fat for your whole life. NC doesn't say so. Now you're taking things out of proportion. You're making things. Notice our name comes up in every negative comment. Things he didn't say. Well, she's making things she didn't say, and then you're criticizing her for saying things out of proportion. Out of context. You mean not proportion. Great work, dude. So I guess you're friends with Tommy C and Diorio. Really forced you to do this. Well, I am the puppet master. It's out of context, not out of proportion, and nothing was out of context. He admitted one thing that Nerd City could come up with, and Nerd City won't come up with anything. And now he's going to be above the criticism. He's going to pull fucking. It's funny that he used to really compliment me on the way I went after FaZe Banks.
What's your name?
So, something's wrong with your beard. Straight Simpson for Lele. So fucking cringe. Put some effort into your content. Next time you'll get more views. Fucking pathetic. That's not a critique. My other critique is you're saying Lele can make jokes that shouldn't be taken seriously or picked apart. That's not what he's saying at all. He's saying don't lie about another about another content creator. and then you decide to pick apart everyone else's jokes and take them seriously systematically. Well, as we showed in this video, he sourced the joke and he lied. His narrative, this is adult content being fed to kids, and he says he does it again by saying that the name of the context was the context of the video was the girls were trying to sleep with their teacher, and what was the other one that he said? That he was preying, the teacher was preying on them. None of that actually happens. Yeah. None of it. Zero. Zip. Nothing. It doesn't happen. It never happens. If they also aren't entertainers, aren't they supposed to make jokes? It's so funny that they're doing. He's not making a joke, and we can prove it.
Do you want the one that I got from Reddit? It's really funny. I put it in your DM.
Okay, sure. The last one.
This is the one that they sent to me. I'll read it myself.
Most of these aren't arguments. Okay, Nerd City peak intellect. Apparently, Core Master made the new Willie Mac show. It would seem to me you made this video out of spite for blocking you on Twitter. Core Master? That's like my news guy. But that's just a theory.
Oh, yeah. Oh, not that one. The one below it.
Okay. God damn, bro. You have no place to shade. And Nerd City, seeing that you are low-key have some of the worst and more snore-indicing content I've ever seen. So it's not a criticism of the work. It's a criticism of the presentation. If I wanted to fall asleep, I'd put up on all your uploads again. Best thing is you wouldn't get a cent because I turn ad block on for losers like you. What a stand. There's a reason. You know, Nerd City said to me that if we went after him, that we would get this force of people that were worried about kids that would just crush us. So far, we got a bunch of fucking incels in Nerd City. and stupid ones to boot. God damn. I will say this, Jeremy's fans are dumber. There's a reason that you've been at this a year and still can't get more than 50K views. Doesn't he have a million hit video? From clout sucking. There's a reason the cream rises to the top. Yeah, the reason the liars rise to the top. You're still bottom feeding. Any loser could do what your greasy pizza fried ass could. He's skinny, isn't he? He's greasy. He's kind of greasy. He's half Italian. With halfway decent equipment and unemployment benefits, your loser could do with greasy pre-fucking. All right. This is the sophistication.
You know what's funny, actually?
There's a lot of love,
I checked to see how many videos I actually have that are over 50,000 views.
Yeah.
And the percentage of that is arguably very close to the percentage of the videos that Lele Pons has with a PG rating.
Yeah. I see. Nerd City's a fucking liar. There's no way around it. There's no possible way around it. And the only thing that you can fall back on is you're not sophisticated. Nuance argument. You're not sophisticated enough to understand. Well, wait a minute. Why did you say that he was preying on the teacher? The teacher was preying on the students when the whole fucking thing is they're kind of preying on him. It's more nuanced than that. It was just a joke. It was just how long can you hear that before you sit to say, hey, wait a minute, that's bullshit. You're lying. I don't know. I'm done.
Yeah, it was a good show.
All right, very good show. What do you have for me, Schwago? Why are you sending me porn?
Doc is not here.
Secret censorship of online porn. I probably hit a run. Porn-friendly payment sponsors. Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, we read that already.
All right, he said he had to bounce. Well, I guess we're done. I'm done. I guess I'll be on tomorrow. I don't know.
You want to take that one caller?
Is there a caller in there? Yeah, I'll take the one. Takumi, you're on the air.
All right, mate.
What's up?
I wanted to talk about some stuff really quick. I just really quickly I wanted to ask a question. Are we not like nearing a year since open folders?
We're like almost about a year
this month. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to have a party because that was like one of the funniest streams I ever watched.
I'm glad you watched it.
just because like I have to
go remind Bobax. Go remind Bobax that it's been a year since he fucked up royally. He's doubled down 16 times.
I was getting ready to do something and I took my phone because I thought this keeps getting better and better and you kept warning Bobax, don't come on if you don't want to get ripped into.
I knew he was coming.
On my end when I was listening to it, I was like, fucking join. I want to hear what's gonna happen.
Guaranteed he's gonna fucking join. Guaranteed.
yeah, I knew he would because he's not gonna back down.
It was a great
like
stream.
That,
I wish
it was funny.
I remember I got really drunk in that stream, and
despite like the dubious circumstances that surrounded it.
Yes.
With the whole I'm not gonna go into that, but I wanted to talk about the thing that's going around the world at the moment. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention it by name because
no, we're not allowed to. We're not talking about that today. Probably during the week, but not today.
No, I don't mean like about it, but I mean like some stuff that might happen after it.
No, I won't do it. I won't do it tomorrow. Call me tomorrow. Call me tomorrow. I'll probably be on the air tomorrow.
Cool. I was gonna join yesterday and talk.
Call me tomorrow. Leader, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you tell me?
Sorry. Let me mute this track.
I'm gonna blow you up.
So, I got something for you coming. Got something good. So, this was sort of like talked out over for like the past year or so. There's been like constant talks about how Willy's video is like constantly on the precipice of being released, but he's never doing it because like
he's fucking lazy.
Nerd was in the DMs,
fucking lazy.
Or that was.
He told me the real scoop. I'll tell you the real scoop. This asshole got fucking strep throat. That's why he was gone. He had fucking strep throat for a long time. He was considering not doing it, and then Tommy made a whole big thing about
big,
nerds
sloppy blowjobs. So I guess I am the puppet master.
Leaking my DMs, Willie Mac Show.
That's what got him to do it. Because Nerd City gave him a big slap. Because I haven't mentioned this once because I was trying to do it in the spirit of Willy's video. Like, Willy probably should have put his video that Nerd City just did everything he could to keep this video from being made. You know, with big, disgusting, dirty, haven't showered in a day, stuck in jeans. That's what it was.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is hilarious.
Yo, Willie Mac Show does not take blowjobs lightly. He comes back and he fights through it.
I'm gonna say, he wants to suck some dick too. All right, talk to you later, leader. I'll get another list, guy.
Bro, fuck you. That's
how do you feel, dude? You got a blowjob by a really big YouTuber. What was it like?
You know what, Willie? Your videos are for kids. You fucking piece of shit.
Fuck you.
What's it like to get a blowjob from a big YouTuber? Yeah.
I'm calling me FTC.
Fuck you guys.
All right, Mo Diggity, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How you doing? Two things. Number one, what was the name of that song from that video that you were playing that was criticizing Nerd City? Do you happen to know?
You have to. It's Willy. Willy.
Yeah,
a lot of people were asking about that song. It's a great song.
Hold
right?
on, let me go to Willie's video. I might be able to find it. I think it was upvoted in the comments.
Yeah, no, I saw a few people asking about it. To be honest with you, that was pretty. Willie's really creative.
Good deal.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Just one quick thing. This dude Nerd City, he really does want to like freaking bubble wrap the whole internet, like you said, because it used to be that he was against regulation, but ever since that freaking interview with Keemstar and Justin Wang, he just seems to be wanting to just practically destroy this entire fucking.
It seems that way to me. And
Anyway.
here's the thing, I've had private conversations with him. He knows the danger of regulation. He knows that can take what Willy said so beautifully at the end. I like the fact that it's weird. I like the fact that it's not like television. He's well aware of the danger. So I can only believe now that's what he wants to do. And he's trying to use his influence. He's a very smart guy, and that's why I don't believe that he didn't make a mistake. I thought with the Jake Paul video back in 2018 that it was a God's honest mistake, that he thought the FCC covered the internet. Now I know he wants them to.
I'm so sick of these fucking people just wanting to take the fun away from being a freaking YouTuber.
I know.
Like 4 or 5 years ago,
And he's doing it sneaky
it
too.
wasn't that great, but
He's
it was
doing it
fine,
sneaky
but
too.
Now it's just fucking absurd.
He's like a double agent for the normies. God, he's the worst.
He's a sleeper agent.
He's a sleeper agent for fucking boomers and normies.
All right, that's all I gotta say.
Nice
good show today, man.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And we should do more Saturday shows. I don't fucking know. It depends if we got content we got. It's not every day that Nerd City gives big slobbering blowjobs. Oh, good. Yeah, that's right. It's like it is the 1 year anniversary since Open Folders. You know that? Well, 1 year anniversary at Open Folders, and we're a year later. Bowmax is 100K.
Almighty infinite, independent excellence, devil fighting rebel titan, we smoking out.
Lie if you want to be a YouTuber. Be disingenuous. Frame your own narrative. Manipulate. You'll get there. I promise.
You got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home. Spin fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.
Okay, I did.
Lele's video is a softcore porn about statutory rape.
Okay, hold on a second. We're still live. I did not go over the donos, and I'm going to go over them right
God,
now.
Tommy, always fuck this up every
Right.
time.
It's okay. I don't care. It's a long show anyway. Mike the Bike, so thanks so much. Speedy Bird, she went back on 25 months in a row. Thanks so much for the Twitch sub. And that's that. Let's go to the I don't think I got a hell of a lot of donos today. Let me see. Come on, let's see. The warden. She's just. I didn't get. That was it. I got 2 donations today.
Well, there goes the idea of Saturday shows. I'm glad everybody came out tonight. Maybe we should spend some fucking money next time, assholes. We're going to the Patreon chat.
Yeah, bye.